Hello everyone, today I want to tackle a project for the Let's Get Arty prompt in the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium. And for anybody who wants to follow along with us, I'll leave the link to the group in the description box below, so please do feel free to come along and join us. Now I want to do an abstract watercolour project today, and these are the supplies that I'm going to be using. This is the new Art Nouveau colours from Kuretake Gansai Tambi. Absolutely love the colours in this set here. It's been out of stock for quite some time, but I checked as soon as I got back from holiday and it was back in stock on Amazon for quite a reasonable price, so I bagged myself a set. I'm also going to be using my set of Gansai Tambi graphite watercolours as well. I also want to use this new watercolour book. Now this is the Academy watercolour paper pad. It's 200 GSM, so it'll be interesting to see how I get on with this, because normally I use either 300 or 400 GSM. This is 100% cotton paper and it's by Bauhong. This was a pad that I got in a recent unboxing that I received from Stationery Pal. So if you're interested in this, I'll leave the link in the description box below. But what I have done is I've taken 3 sheets of the paper out of this. This is a gummed pad, and the idea is that you work on this and it's supposed to stop the paper warping, but I wanted to work in a series, so I've taken 3 pages out already. So let me just show you what I've done with those. As I've said, I want to work in a series today, so I've got 3 individual pieces of paper here that I've just taped to a board using some washi tape. Mine's just some tape that I received in a box from Artex. You can use any type of washi tape, or even masking tape would do fine. You just want some kind of low tack tape, and this will also give me a nice border. I've already watered down a few colours. I've watered down this blue here, the pale blue, and this blue green. I've also added some water to the graphite yellow, graphite green and graphite blue in the graphite set. And I've also pulled out this from my old Gansai Tambi set. Let me just show you. This is my original one. I absolutely love this set, and you can see that it's very well used. Now this colour here is like a Payne's grey, so I thought I might like to use that as well. So I am going to start off by I'm going to work, I think, light to dark. So I've got some water over here. I'm going to start off by putting some of this down just onto a ceramic plate here, and I'm going to attempt to pop this on using a spatula, just because that's the way I do it with my acrylic paint. So, you know, very much my style. I have no idea whether it will work with watercolours, but there's only one way to find out, and we can always resort to a paintbrush if it fails. So let's just check I'm in camera shot. Now I'm working in a series, so what I want to do is just add some of my colours here like this, trying not to overthink what I'm doing at all, but just adding lots of lines and marks. So let's go over to this page here now and try and do something a little bit different with this, just spreading the colour around. I might need a little bit more water. Got a piece of fabric there by the looks of things. I can even pour some of this on if I want to. It's going to take forever, isn't it, for it to drip down. Let's see what happens with that. Just trying to do something different to what I would normally do. In fact, actually, let's just spray this now and see what happens. Just because I want something abstract and different, completely random is what I'm going for. I'm going to add some more lines and marks. You see, I like the way that this is looking already. How fabulous is that? So let's try and add a different colour. I absolutely love how that looks so far. So next I want to come in with the darker blue, so this blue here. So hang on, where's my paintbrush gone? Let's just wipe this off. And I'm just going to put some of this on my plate as well. Don't want to do that on top of my plate, because I don't want it to, on top of my painting, because I don't want to make a horrible mess. But isn't that colour just absolutely gorgeous? So let's just wipe that off. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing with the palette knife. And let's see if we can get these colours to kind of mingle. Still trying to keep that abstract look and feel about this. Going from one to the other. I don't know why I'm going from right to left and then working in the middle. It just feels right. I don't know why. But just really trying not to think about what I'm doing. Just, you know, completely being intuitive about this. And again, I think I'm going to spray this. Let's try and add a bit more of that dark colour. Let's try and add some here. It doesn't want to do it. Let's see if we can add a bit of this as well. This colour is just gorgeous. Look at that. I just love how that's gone all kind of petrol-y, sort of marbly. Oh, here comes Louis. He's going to start meowing in a second because he's going to want something to eat. I'll have to go and feed him in a minute. He might have some food in his tray, but let's just spread this maybe. Love that streak there, and I think I'm just going to leave that be. Now, whilst I've put my plate down, let's see if we can move some of this around maybe. Make some more marks. And I think I'm going to leave that like so. I don't want to. Oh, you see, I really like how that's turned out as well. You see, once I've started, I can't stop myself. Yeah, I'm enjoying how that looks. So let me go and feed Louis, which will give this a chance to dry for a minute or two, and we'll come back and add some more colour. Next, I want to add some of this blue-green, and what I think I'll do is maybe add a little bit of splatter. I want a thin paintbrush. That one that I've got, that I've just pulled out, that I've been using here, is a bit too thick. So let's use this one. This one is a number 4. And I think what I'll do, let's just grab a pencil, and I think I'm just going to splatter some colour in here. Isn't that a gorgeous colour? So we'll just add some of this. And then I think what I want to do then is just leave that to dry, because I really like how that looks as it is. I've got a big pool of water, of paint in here. I think I'm going to take some of that away. It's just there's just a bit too much of it. So let's just take some of that away. Add some more of that green. I don't want to completely overdo it. I want more colour. Let's add a bit more water. I want more colour just in the centre here. And I do actually wonder as well whether I want to add some isopropyl alcohol. I don't know, that might be a bit too much. I think I like that as it is. Yeah, I'm just going to set that off to one side now for it to dry. Isn't that just gorgeous? Those colours are so pretty. Now I'm just drying this with my heat tool, just to try and get it to dry just a little bit. And then I want to add some of this gorgeous light blue colour again. This was the colour that I used in the background, and I want to add some splatters in this. Let's grab my pencil again. Oh, you see, that's just absolutely beautiful. I love that. Splatters are just so fun. Just look at it spread. That's just beautiful. And I dried it because it was just a little bit too wet, and I didn't want it to spread quite so much. I think those colours together are just absolutely beautiful. Next thing I want to add is some of this Payne's grey colour. So let's put some of this on the plate. Let's have this over here, real inky. In fact, it's more of an indigo blue, really. Just a beautiful colour, and maybe I can mix it with some of this as well. That really doesn't matter. Add a bit more. And again, I'm just going to go in with my palette knife. How do I want to do this? Just add a few touches here and there, not too much. I don't want to interfere too much with the splatters I've got going on either. So let's dab it on. I think Louis's gone back out through the cat flap again, had his food and has gone back out on his travels. Let's try and add some of this. Sorry if this plate is making a noise. How do I want this to go? Again, just try not to overthink where you're putting things. I think as long as you've got a cohesive colour palette, meaning that you've got colours that are not going to turn into mud, you can just, you know, do whatever. Just do whatever takes your fancy without worrying about sort of anything sort of turning into mud and ending up horrible. You see, I really like how different all of these are looking. Let me just come in with my paintbrush perhaps. Add a few dots. Let's tap this on. No rhyme or reason. Let's add a little bit over here. Oh, you see, I like how that looks. I need a bit more water. This is drying up a little. And I don't want to completely overdo it because I really like the way that this looks already. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I am so happy with these backgrounds. They're absolutely gorgeous. Now my paper did warp, and what I did was put a piece of kitchen towel to cover the whole of the background and whizzed over it with the iron, and that's flattened it out. You can still see a tiny bit of buckling, but you know, it's not too bad. But I have really enjoyed this paper to work on. Now I'm not sure what I want to do next. I love this piece here, and I've got an idea for this one here, and I think I want to keep these two as a series and maybe do something a bit different with this one. So I think what I'm going to do is peel the paper off for the time being. I'm just going to heat the washi tape up with my heat tool just so that it doesn't tear. So we'll just add some heat over this, and then I know that I've wrapped it around the back, so let's have a look and see if we can do this. And I'm just going to pull it away from my paper like this. There we go, and that's coming off really nicely, and I'll do that with the rest as well. So here are my backgrounds now that the washi tape has been removed. I absolutely love them. I'm going to pop these two off to one side and we'll do something with those another time. But just look at the beautiful detail. Just love these. But this one here is my absolute favourite. Love this pale blue here. Love the texture on this side. It's just gorgeous. Now, as a focal image, I want to add this stamp here. I just think that's going to look absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm using my Tonic Studio stamping platform to stamp my image. I've done away with the magnets just because this image is a bit too thin. It's just a cheap one, as I've said, from Amazon. I'm just wedging it right into the corner of the stamping platform, and I'm going to use Stays On ink in jet black. So let's make sure that we get a good covering of ink over this. Make sure I've got plenty. Love the smell of this ink pad. It's that almond smell. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness me, I'm a stamp sniffer. And I'm just going to press this down And let's see what we've got here. We're probably going to need to do this a few times. So I'm just going to keep going over this. Now my image hasn't stamped out perfectly. I presume it's because this is textured watercolour paper. All is not lost, because what I'm going to do is use my Marvy Uchida drawing pen. This is an archival pen, 0.1, which is really fine. So I'm just going to use this to fill in some of the details. Of course, I can copy the image that I've got here. So, you know, we'll just go over this and just try and fill in some of the details. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can even make this sketchy, which will be really good. So I'm just going to go over this. You see, I really like these sketchy lines. In fact, I like that better, I think, than the original image. I do need to do something with his claws. His claws haven't particularly shown up here. I might need to get the thicker pen for that as well. And the other thing I thought I could do is just add a bit of white oil pastel as well. Now this is from the Neocolours water soluble set. I've just got a bit of my crayon here. So let's see if we can just maybe add a bit of white on his breast here. Well, I thought I'd spoiled this at one point, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And sometimes when things go wrong, it forces you to think outside of the box. I'm really happy that I pulled out the white Neocolour. Love how that looks. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this piece yet, whether I'll add some stitching. I mean, I think it would look lovely as a journal page, but I think I'm going to wait until I've decided what I want to do with these two pieces here. I don't know whether this will end up being a trio or whether these will be two standalone pieces on their own. I don't know, haven't decided. I've got a couple of ideas spinning around in my head, but you know how it is. Sometimes I think you need to walk away and have time to ponder, and that's what I'm going to do with this. But you know, I hope you like this piece here. I hope it's given you some ideas and inspiration. I hope you enjoyed seeing the backgrounds come together. If you've enjoyed today's video, of course, as always, I'd very much appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, but most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.